Well, first graders, we're gonna work on creating a picture of you called a self-portrait, and a portrait, a picture of a person, and that person that's gonna be in your picture with you, most likely will be your mom or your dad. If you don't live with your mom or your dad, we can talk about that, and we can put someone else in it. But we've been studying the artist Mary Cassatt, and she's famous for painting children with their parents or their guardian, the person who takes care of them. So I'm going to make sure there are two people in my picture. I'm going to start off with me, and I'm going to put a pretty large oval on it. You can see that I'm drawing it pretty lightly to start. And if you need a little bit of help to make these oval shapes, I can help you. My dad is a little taller than me, so I'm going to have this be me and my dad. So I'm going to have his oval shape be a little taller than mine. And then I'm going to get my neck, and I'm going to put my shoulders on here, and they're just going to go from here kind of out and then down off the bottom. Then I'm going to do my dad's neck and his shoulders. I'm going to just have his go right behind mine, and I'm going to have his other shoulder just go right off the side of the paper because there's not enough space here. Now, one thing that we are practicing is skills of observation. So I would like you to do your best to try to make it look as real as you can. Often I'll put the ears here first because that helps me kind of line up where I'm going to have my eyes. You can see between the top of the head and the chin, the ears are kind of halfway across. And then that helps me figure out where I'm going to line up my eyes. So my eyes are going to be kind of right in here, and they're just going to be kind of an oval shape. I might put a circle inside. And then I'll do my other eye, kind of doing an oval with a circle. Now, your nose could be a lot of shapes, but please don't do a circle for your nose. We don't want to do a triangle for your nose, because then it won't look as real. If you do use kind of like an L shape or like a J shape, that kind of works well. So you can see this is just kind of like a curved L shape or a backwards J. If you do want to put the sides of your nose on there, you can as well. Okay? Now, when you're doing your mouth, you could have your mouth open with your teeth showing like you're really happy to be spending time with your mom or your dad. You could have your mouth closed. So it's up to you if you just want to do your lips or you want to do your lips and your teeth. I'm just going to do my lips. So I'm going to do kind of a curvy line here and then just kind of like a U shape. It's almost kind of like a long letter M on the top and then a U shape. And then I can just put a line in between that'll make a top and a bottom lip. Things I don't want to forget. Details for my ears and eyebrows or eyelashes. So here, I get those in there. And then when I do my hair actually comes down like this. It covers the top of my head. So this is kind of the hair around my ears and then kind of swoops around, comes down. And then the hair on the top of my head is a little bit more spiky. And a cool trick to know about is just to erase the top part of the head because that's covered up by my hair. And then if you want to put any details in it, you can. Now when I'm done with my face, then I'm gonna do my dad's. And my dad's face is gonna have some similarities to mine, but it does have some things that are different. One, he has ears, that's the same. He has eyes, that's the same. His nose is similar to mine, but his nose is a little bit of a different shape. It's a little bit wider than my nose, so we'll make it in here. And then he's got his mouth. Now something that's different is that he has glasses. So I'm gonna put some glasses around his eyes. And then something else that's different about him is that he has a mustache. So I'm gonna put that on here too. And I don't wanna forget his eyebrows. And I'm gonna put a little chin shape down here too. Now his hair is different than mine too. His hair kind of comes down like that, but then it kind of swoops over like this. And it's not spiky on the top, it's actually kind of curved over to the side like this. So I do want to erase that line, I forgot about that. And then this part kind of comes down, so it kind of goes over to the side. So try to make it look as real as you can. Talked about if you're doing your dad and he doesn't have a mustache, then don't put that on there. But if he had a beard, then you'd put that on there. So try to think about what would be the most real shapes to be working with. So I'm just kind of changing the shape of his chin a little bit too to make it look more like him. When you're done, I would like you to think about the clothes that you would be wearing in your picture. So if you were going to the beach with your mom or your dad, then what would you be wearing there? If you were going to the park, what might your clothes look like? So the background is going to help tell the story about what you like to do for fun with your mom or your dad. My dad and I like to golf together. So I'm going to do my golfing shirt. Kind of has a collar on it. It's got a couple of buttons right here. And it's going to have some stripes on it. So think about what your shirt is going to be. Then my dad's shirt, he's going to be wearing a golfing shirt too, but I'm going to make it just a little bit different. I'm going to put maybe a button here, but instead of stripes on his, he's going to have a pocket on there. I'm going to erase that top part because his shirt's right here. Okay. Now that I'm thinking about my clothes and what my dad is wearing, because we're going to be golfing in our picture for our story, we've been talking a lot about horizon lines lately. So this is going to be my line that separates the sky from the land, so the sky from the ground. So this is just going to be kind of a hill. It just goes in the background, and then sometimes I like to make a hill that kind of goes on top of that, so I can have two hills. And then maybe I'm going to put on the golf course some trees. Now these are really far away, so I'm gonna make those kind of tiny, because the farther something is away, the smaller it is. Now for the golf course, I might make a couple of hills. There's a golfing hole. This is called the green. So I'm gonna put a flag here with the golfing hole, and sometimes there's like sand, or there might be, let's see, I might put another tree right here. There might be a little lake. You don't want to hit your ball into the water. And I might just do some zigzag lines for grass. One other thing that I think could be important for my golfing picture could be my golf clubs. So here, you can see that I'm putting lots of detail. So this is my golf bag. And then I'll have some of my golf clubs sticking out of it. Okay. Now that that's done, I don't want to forget my sky. So I'm going to think about, well, what kind of day is it? Is it sunny? Is it windy? So I'm going to have mine be a little bit cloudy, and I'm going to have a sun that's tucked behind the clouds, so it's not too hot when we're golfing. And usually the golf course, it's very windy, so I'm going to put some wind. And sometimes I hear birds that are chirping and flying by. So these are all things that I can think about. If you get all the pencil done, then please raise your hand and I will give you a marker. With your marker today, we're gonna take it and we're gonna carefully trace out all of your lines. Now, if for some reason, most of us won't, but if for some reason you get all of the marker done, then you can do a little bit of erasing to make sure that there's not any pencil that's still showing. So you can see that I'm carefully tracing everything because it's not erased. So we'll pretend that I'm done. So if I get done with all of my face and stuff, then I would work on tracing the lines in the background and tracing the lines that are up in the sky. So, like I said, if you get everything done, if there's a pencil line or something that's showing, then just take your eraser and erase it. And then next time we're going to talk about coloring it. We're not going to color it today. So let's have fun making these pictures of you and your mom or your dad telling a story about something like that you like to do for fun.